Hello, this is Sam Wainwright at Formlabs, and in this video I want to quickly show how to detect and also prevent suction cupping on hollow models. So these models are 4 examples of where you might see suction cupping. So this is a hollow model, a full pallet here, or a lower, or even a solid model for fixed restoration, and then also there's situations where a model with a back articulator back on it of horseshoe arch like this will also have suction cupping. So on the bottom right here, under the printability dialog, if you turn this on, you'll notice that these areas are highlighted in yellow that indicate that there is suction cupping happening. There are 2 main ways I like to prevent suction cupping, and the first one is very, very easy. And first and foremost, printing flat on the build platform offers consistency and low material use and everything else. And secondary to printing flat on the build plate is printing models horizontal, or this same orientation as they would be flat, but on rafts. So, and what I mean by a raft is that's the support structure when you generate one. So the fastest and easiest way to prevent suction cupping on a model like this is to go over to the support area here, make sure a raft type is full raft, or flat on build plate is deselected, and all you need to do is hit auto generate supports. And what that does is it raises it off the build platform, allowing air to get under the model, which then will prevent suction cupping. And I'll show the result in just a moment. So you can see here, now it is not indicating in yellow because air will be able to flow as it prints. The secondary sort of optional thing here is height above raft. You can lower this to about 2 to 2.5 millimeters. So if I just type 2.5 and hit enter, and then hit auto generate one more time with that new setting under advanced settings, that will change the height from the bottom of the raft to the top of the part that it's supporting. And so what this does is it reduces print time a little bit, saves a little bit of resin, and it's just as effective. So this model would be good to go to print just like this, but a little bit more of an advanced way is to actually use this software called Mesh Mixer, which is completely free to use. And this technique will allow you to print your model still flat to the build plate while being hollow or having an articulator backing like this fixed model. So to show that, I'm going to open up Mesh Mixer. I'm going to drag in my file. So let's start with the full arch removable die model that had the articulator backing on it. This is really, really easy to use. Again, this software is totally free to use. All you have to do is go to Edit on the left, Add Tube, and it's just one thing to point out here. It comes in default pretty correct, but the radius here is the beginning radius of the hole it's going to add, and this is the ending radius here. 2 millimeters works great, but you can make this smaller or larger depending on what you prefer. So then, once that's good, all you need to do is drag one side of the add tube function here, and then drag the other, and this will pop a hole through your part. And something to keep in mind is you need the hole to start from the very bottom of the model. So think of this as almost like a mouse hole. So we're, if sort of you're in the middle, or a little bit more than the hole is above the model, that's ideal. And you can even do sort of funny holes like this, and that works totally fine. So you got to make sure combine mode is Boolean. That usually comes in default. I must have been doing something different. You hit accept, and it'll pop your hole in. And now you see you have an air hole in the bottom of this. And if you want to be really, really certain, you can even do a second one. And this will be absolutely no way for there to be a suction cup. Again, I'm just going to line them up sort of halfway through the middle of our add tube function. Line both those sides up, hit accept, and we now have a secondary hole. So you can see hole here, hole there, this thing is good to go. So once you've added your holes, you just hit the export button. This is the model here, so I'm just going to add a 2 on the end. Save. Just if that dialog comes up, just hit continue. Even if it's not a watertight mesh, Preform is able to repair it. And then I'll do one more just to show you what a orthodontic model would look like with this workflow. So I'll just replace the file because we've already saved out what we needed here. And again, I go to Edit, Add Tube, drag it on one side, and you can even have this thing cutting all the way through. As long as it's not dragging through your palatal area, it should be fine. So I just want to make sure I avoid that area. So maybe I'll drag it to the facial here. Depending on where you want it, you can put it wherever you want. This will then add 2 holes here, and it won't fill in or make any solid parts otherwise. So I just put it where I want. I hit accept, and here are the results. Perfect 2 little holes, mouse holes in the side of the model. I'll export this as well. So this is my full palatal model for cupping demo. I'm going to add again a 2. And then let me open up Preform again. And so these are the 2 models I edited. So I'm going to delete them. And then I'm going to drag in my 2 files with the 2 that I just created right in. And it'll pop them into place. Like I said, maybe it created a bit of a non-watertight mesh. Preform will repair it. If you ever get that dialog, just hit repair. It does a great job. I've actually never seen it fail or make any funny geometries or decimate any surfaces or anything like that, so you can trust that it's working. So it's just going to repair the parts. This take just a moment, depending on the speed of your computer. And then I'll just remove this one since the example isn't relevant anymore. And as you can see, I still have suction cups detected. It's on, and we've got a green thumbs up here. That's because we have our air holes here now. So we're able to print these models direct to the build platform without risking suction cupping at all. And that's it. That's the 2 techniques. So supporting on rafts or adding a little notch in the bottom will fix any suction cupping that you might see otherwise. Let me know if this video is helpful. Thanks so much for watching.